Aloha to you all. My name is Jimmy Lee. I am Kukui. We are Kukui. So excited that we are able to be here together today to have this great discussion that we're going to have because it is going to be awesome. I'm going to have a great discussion talking about what to do in the dip. What dip? What are you talking about? Well, you don't double dip. That applies to chips. We're talking about dips in your car count. What do you do? How do you handle that? And this is to be interactive. We want to hear your questions, comments, concerns. You've got questions, we've got answers. Here we are, we're talking to a couple of phenomenal shop owners in rural areas. So if you've got a small shop in a rural area or a big shop in a rural area, this webinar is definitely for you. We want this to be interactive. So as part of that, go ahead and type in where you are joining us from today, the city and state. We've got Ryan joining us from the double heart of Jimmy. Oh, well, thank you, Ryan. Double heart to you as well. And Kukui Carl, ever present as always from Renton, Washington. Kukui Carl, what's up, brother? How you doing? And Donovan, hello, Donovan from Cottonwood, Arizona. See, now what's interesting is you guys are coming in here early, posting these like early, like really early. So the three of them were before the show even started. Oh, it moved. Oh my gosh, so many people are typing in. Marnie joining us from Wisconsin. Tony Burns from Moore, South Carolina. Charles from Kennesaw. I've been to Kennesaw, Charles. Kennesaw, Georgia. I'm assuming that's Kennesaw, Georgia. Type in. Let me know, Charles. Christina from Tampa. Aloha, Christina. Glad you are here. Can't hear you all. Can't hear you, Al. Can't wait to hear from you, Al. Christina can't wait to hear from you, Al. I almost thought it said AI. And Connor Tracy joining us from his car. Connor, do not pay attention to what you are seeing here. Keep your eyes on the road. Thank you very much. Hello from Cheyenne, Wyoming. TNT Custom TV. Custom TV? Wow. Cool. Carlo from Reading, Pennsylvania. Andrew from Franklin, Tennessee. Marnie from Wisconsin. Key was come, Wisconsin. Whew, I might have slaughtered that one. And Scott from Portland, Indiana. TJ Beggs from Mears Service Center in Mears, Michigan. Randall Miller from Tucson, Arizona. You know, Randall, I always call it Tucson. I know that's wrong. Do people from Tucson call it Tucson or do they call it Tucson? Just a interesting idea for me. Eric Prossier from Prossier's Automotive. What's happening, brother? Good to see you. How's the koi? Eric has a koi pond. You guys should check it out. We've got a Facebook post all about it. We did a tour of his shop. Absolutely amazing. Go check that out. Sarah Svendenson. Sarah from Charlestown, New Hampshire. Very cool. Clovis, California. Charles, yes. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate that. And it's Mary. Mary is TNT Custom TV. Thank you, Mary. Glad you are here joining us today. Mario from Memphis, Tennessee. John from Prescott Valley, Arizona. See, John, I said that right for you. And Jim from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Wow. See, and I got that one right, too, because I've been to Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Steve Parker from Gilroy, California. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. This is our farewell tour. This is going to be the best of the best, and we're saving it all for the last. And joining me today, let's talk first about Kukui. Kukui is the best of the best software. It is the all-in-one success platform. It proves what marketing works and what marketing doesn't work to the dollar. Kukui is tied into 70 different point of sale systems. So chances are the system you've got, Kukui's integrated with, and we can show you exactly what works and what doesn't, down to the dollar, down to the penny, in fact. So this is super awesome and amazing. Kukui is the only all-in-one success platform that is Google Premier partnered with Google, and they share some really good information with Kukui as a Google Premier partner, which is super awesome. My name is Jimmy Lee. I'm going to be the host for you today. This is to be interactive. We've got a few more shout outs to get in here. Superior Sounds, Bill Zimmerman, Superior Sounds in Chino, California. What's happening, Bill? How you doing, brother? And my ever-present, super awesome, great to have you in the house, Buckaroo Bob, Mr. John Firm Firm Automotive down in Fort Worth, Texas. I was down and visited both John Firm and Jeff Buckley, two brothers from another mother. These guys are awesome. You've seen the J&J show. Cha-ching, that's John Firm. So now you know who I'm talking about. And joining us today is Al Cafferty. Al is the CEO and owner of Bryan Service. Al, how you doing?
Good, Jimmy. How are you?
Good. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being with us to talk today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's going to be a great discussion. Great discussion. And also joining us today is Kara Rose from Larry's Automotive, the wrench in the sky. Thank you, Kara. Good to see you. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine, Jimmy. How are you today?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. I'm so excited for this discussion. We had a meeting here about a week and a half ago. So everything we talked about is probably gone through the minds and if I didn't plug my ears, it would have fallen out. So we've got a great discussion today for everyone that's here. We're talking about what to do in the dip. And I talked with both of you, and I was so excited to hear that you said, what car count problem? What car count issue? When there is any sort of slowdown, we lean into our marketing. We have a plan. So talk to me about that. What do you mean you have a plan? How do we explain that to other shop owners?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, marketing you have to think of as an investment, not an expense. Most guys say, well, we can't afford to market. I always say you can't afford not to market.
Right.
You have to stay in front of your customers. You have to have a message that has a call to action. I mean, if you just send out these big postcards and, here's my $39.99 oil change every quarter or month, whatever you do, that's not going to draw them in. You need something that's going to catch their attention and make it to their A pile. I'm sure we've all heard that term where you're standing over the garbage pile sorting your mail. So you want to be in that pile that they actually, look at. So
what is the call to action? How do you get that customer to come into the shop?
Exactly. Yeah, it has to be an inviting offer with an expiration date. There has to be some urgency there for them to come in. It can't be a never-ending, 3-month-long promotion. It has to be, has to be something that's urgent if your car count is down.
So for you in your market, Al, what is urgent? Is that a week? Is that 2 weeks? Is it a month? Is it 2 months? What is that urgency?
We do monthly. Yeah. So we usually put out the marketing piece for the month. And, after that, we move on to a new marketing piece.
So every 30 days, you've got to turn for something new.
Exactly. And, it'll be seasonal sometimes, and sometimes it's just, the oil change and stuff like that. But it has to be something different because they're not going to look at the same thing month after month. So.
Yeah. Interesting. So you've got your marketing plan for the entire year?
Yeah. Well, actually, I do use a company that helps me do that. That's Repair Shop Tomorrow. They do an awesome job of, keeping me engaged and implementing, making sure it is implemented on my hand. So,
okay,
they give you selections to choose from every month, and I make the selections, and then I can add, my own pieces in as I see fit. The direct marketing pieces and things like that.
So at the beginning of the month, you have a marketing blast to everybody. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. And they get a newsletter, which is done for me.
Okay.
Mailed to them. And then out of that newsletter, every piece that's in that newsletter is its own separate marketing piece that'll go on social media, email blasts, so it's all picked apart in individual pieces. So you have something fresh going out, every week at least, and sometimes every 2 to 3 days. So
nice. I like that. I like that. So for a shop that doesn't have Repair Shop at Tomorrow, number one, look at them, check them out, Repair Shop at Tomorrow. Number two, in your newsletter, if you've got 5 sections, there's your week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. And then another question for you: during the month, do you also send out marketing material for people that need to come back into the shop, like a postcard? Do you send those mid-month as well, or is that just at the beginning?
Yep. The mid-month mailer, we call it. So, and we do use Kukui CRM. So, that keeps us on top of what needs to, recommended services, the thank yous go out, the lost customers. So there's always something fresh going out that way too. So
Yeah. So what is it that you would attribute to as one of the factors that your shop doesn't experience a downturn in car count?
my experience, just keep on top of the marketing, stay in front of your customers as often as you can without being redundant, without using the same message over and over and over, because they're just going to ignore it.
Yeah, yeah. I see that all the time too. You don't want to become noise because when you become
Right.
noise, they're going to turn you off. So what you're saying is always bring them value.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Don't make it about the discount all the time. You know, make sure you're building the value so they can see that you're giving them, the total package instead of taking or offering them, the cheap oil change, because nobody wants to deal with the person looking for the cheap oil change constantly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's not your target market. So
right. And what does your market look like, Al? Just so we can get an idea
well,
for those that are listening.
sure. I'm in a town of 2,200 people out in rural Minnesota, about 50 miles west of Minneapolis. So I have to draw in from like a 30-mile radius of all the small towns around.
Oh,
And
wow.
there is a large industry in our town, so we have that going for us at least. And most of the other towns in the area are pretty small. So I have to hit a pretty big area with my marketing.
Okay. And Kara, into your marketing, into you keeping that car count steady, what do you attribute as a factor or two or three? What is that brings that into that you never have a dip in your car count?
So I kind of want to back up a little bit. We do participate in the many of the things that Al just talked about because we're also with Repair Shop at Tomorrow. But if I kind of back up a little bit, because I think when we talk about dips in car count and that thing, it really goes back to being top of mind with the customers. And
Yeah.
when Larry and I put together our business plan about 9 years ago, when he decided to leave our garage and move out and open a business, the first thing he said was he wanted to have a logo that people would remember. And
Okay.
so we worked with graphic designers to get a logo that could be used through all the different facets of marketing, whether it'd be on wearable clothes, on TV, on signs, on anything. Anything we can put our logo on, we put our logo on.
Yeah.
So because the whole thing of people with their car repair needs, they're not planning for their car to break down or need repairs. It happens, and when it happens, you need to be top of mind. It's not like a restaurant that can advertise, come in and have a ribeye dinner this week for $23.95, and you're going to run in there and do it because that's the special of the week. No one plans for their car to break down, so you have to be top of mind. So that's kind of the direction we went with our branding.
Yeah.
So when I say that we have our branding out there everywhere, one of the big things that we get told is we have 4 loaner cars, and our loaner cars, we had custom decals put clear down the side of both doors. And on the back bumpers, so that when other people see them out in the community, that's advertising. I mean, that's free advertising.
Have you ever had somebody say, "How many cars do you have?" It must be like 10 or 12 or 15 cars. I mean, I see them all the time. I see them everywhere.
Yes. Yeah, we do. And even like competitors, we had one this week that said, "I see your cars everywhere." So, I mean, and then we have a shuttle van, and we did the same that. We did a wrap on the whole shuttle van. So no matter what corner of the van you're looking at, I mean, it's just a Toyota Sienna minivan, but it's has the huge decal on it. So it's just it's about getting your name out there. And it doesn't, we do TV advertising.
Yes.
When we focus on that TV advertising, I really am very specific on where I put my ads. I don't just throw it out to the TV and let them pick. I want to be on the news because people are doing digital and all kinds of streaming, but yet they come back to the news.
Yeah.
And they usually watch that live. So, and something else, you don't have a typical customer. It could be a male, a female, it could be a 20-year-old, it could be a 60-year-old. It doesn't matter. Everyone has vehicles. So you have to look at your audience too.
So true. So true. So what's the tagline that you and Larry created?
So it's look for the big wrench in the sky.
Big wrench in the sky. Rick, can we throw up the logo? And you guys have to understand, this wrench is like, isn't it like 20 foot? When you see it on the freeway and you're driving past, you've got a huge wrench on the building. So when you're saying look for the wrench in the sky, it is a massive wrench in the sky.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, cool. Thank you. That's awesome. All right, so you lean into the branding, you lean into, but you've got a lot of community support as well that you're doing.
We support our community, just like we, whether it's the local schools that we support. We're a small community in Southern Indiana. We're right outside of Evansville, Indiana. So,
what's the population like? What's the demographic?
Of the whole metro area, you're looking at about probably 200,000 people, but we're in a smaller community. So there's a lot of support of local business and that type of thing. But we just kind of like Al was talking about, we draw, like our customer draw is about a 45-mile radius from around our shop.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, we pull from Kentucky because we're right across the border. Like people come over, and so we've just really built up our name. But to kind of answer your question about our local area and supporting, the schools, we have kind of gotten ourselves in there as far as sponsors of the scoreboard. We signed a 5-year commitment, so we get our logo up on the billboard. Or on the big scoreboard at the football game and the basketball games, right at the scorer's bench. And then in addition to that, we get called out, like, third quarter will be sponsored by Larry's Automotive. And so they, they'll throw our name out and stuff throughout the different times. We also, a lot of the sports teams, will help anytime I can make a donation and get my logo so that it's on a banner, maybe at the baseball field all season long. It's a one-time print of a banner, but that's going to be up there all season for games, for the next 9 months. So anytime I can make a decision of making a donation to any of the local teams, I always kind of look, okay, what's in it for me and how can I get my logo out there? We also work real closely. We have a award-winning at the state level and national level, the band here in town. So they travel a lot. It's probably over 300 to 400 families involved in the band. So they have a discount card that they put together with different retailers in the area. We have a specific coupon on there. It might be something like 10% off, a repair or something like that. And they can use that throughout the year. And so then that's kind of our give back, our donation to the band. But we're also on that. We have a logo, because we're a part of that. They support us through different ways, invite us to come in and speak at parent meetings and just kind of make an appearance.
Because you're supporting the band. I grew up in the band. My family, we were 18 years of the 36 years that my band instructor was at Bonanza High School. My family was 18 of those years. So my parents were part of that band parent group. So I understand that. And we had like 200 to 300, you're 300 to 400. That is a huge band program. And it costs a lot of money to make that kind of stuff work. So it's you've hit a soft spot in my heart for band parents and the cost of all that travel. So that's awesome that you're supporting them with that fundraiser as well. That's cool. What else? What are some tips and tricks or tools? We talked about never sending out a discount. Why do we never send a discount? What's the idea there? Al? We'll start with you and then Kara.
Sure. What we found, using the discount method is you are going to get the bottom feeders. And that's just not a clientele we want to cater to. So you're going to get beat up on everything after that. Because if you can discount one thing, they're going to think you can discount everything. So we try to be really careful, and we try to do just a bundle. Like our oil change special includes the oil change, tire rotation, the digital vehicle inspection. give them the whole
So
pack.
you're bundling it as a complete service,
Right.
not as a piecemeal.
Right. Yep. Not as a cheap oil change. It's nothing we want to get involved in. So that's kind of our philosophy, is why we don't do deep discounts on anything.
Nice. And Kara, what about you? What's your philosophy here of not giving out discounts?
Pretty much the same thing. Traditionally, the customers that are looking for a discount are not looking to build a relationship. And we're about building a relationship so that we can take care of their vehicles ongoing and keep their vehicles healthy, I guess you could say. And so, I have a few coupons out there on my website. If they dig in and look for them, they're there. A lot of times it's more like that first time customer, just to get them in, because once they experience your shop, your level of expertise, the environment, then that's how you win them to get them to come back. One thing that we started this about 6 months ago, I think, is the Car Care Club that Repair Shops of Tomorrow suggested. They have it as a promotion. And it's kind of a cool way, because you get a customer to buy my own kind of coupon card, I guess you could say. And it's specific repairs or packages that I've put together and assigned a value to them. And then they pay a certain amount for that card. And then they have 2 years to use that card. So if somebody makes that investment into your shop for this card that has different types of, I would say discounts on them, that's more business that they're bringing back to you. So as I continue to sell those cards, I'm pretty much guaranteed that as long as we do what we need to do, they're going to come back to me to get those other services, whether they might be a tire rotation or AC repair or oil change or something like that. They're going to come back because they've bought that card and it's in their glove box. So it's just all about taking care of the customer and showing them a value for what for whatever service they're getting, to have them come back in.
You just absolutely blew my mind here, because I'm thinking loyalty card. Oh, wait a second. No. This is like on the reverse side of loyalty card. They're prepaying for service.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the way that I have my card, which, you can set your card up however you want to, but so my card has 4 free oil changes with tire rotations. Well, that pretty much is the cost of the card to begin with. So it's just like prepaying for your oil changes that you're going to do over the next 12 months. And then you have all these other coupons or discounts that you can use at later times. Well, it might just be like a $20 discount on brakes, but it's a $500 brake job that might have gone to a competitor. But now that they have that in their glove box, they're going to come back into us.
Mm-hmm. Come back in here, baby. We got you. We got you taken care of.
Yep, we use the exact same thing.
Do you? Oh, that's awesome. In fact, the front brakes on my Ford F-150, Kara, I'll just swing on by.
That's fine. Come in.
Yeah, it's getting due. It's not due yet, but it's getting due. So we've been watching it here for a minute. That's awesome. No discounts. Al, you talked about a tool that you discovered quite a few years ago.
A long time ago.
Tell me about your ART.
Okay. It's called Voice Broadcast. And I've been using this for 20 plus years probably. And there's companies out there. The one I use is called Automatic Response Technologies. So ART for short is what they go by. If you Google them, it'll come up as ART. What you do is they will send out a voice broadcast. So you go on their website, they give you an extension number, you pick up the phone, you record a 30 to 60-second message saying, hey, it's Al from Bryan Service. We have our free brake promotion going on this month. You're in need of brakes, or someone you know is in need of brakes, send them our way. We're donating 10% to St. Jude's this month, all brake repairs. So, kind of an involvement with the community as well. So, it just gets the message out quick and easy. All you have to supply is your phone numbers from your database.
Okay.
So once you put that into the system, they'll scrub it. They'll make sure they're all good. And then they'll go out to either a live person or it'll leave a message, So
Oh,
it
nice. So the message is getting delivered.
is getting delivered. It has to be delivered to a live person or an answering machine or voice,
Does the
voicemail.
call look like it's coming from you or from another
It
phone number?
it'll come up as an 800 number, but
Okay.
and you want to keep it short and brief. You don't want to go over a minute with these.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, because nobody's going to listen that long. And you will get a full report of how many numbers they actually contacted and the length of how long each call was listened to. So
So what
it's
are the
pretty
results?
cool.
What do you see on that? What's the
Oh, it's
conversion
instantaneous.
rate?
Oh, it's 10% plus usually.
The conversion is.
Yes. Yeah.
And what about the listen rate?
The listen rate, it depends, usually around 30 to 40%. You'll see.
Okay.
Somebody listens to the full message. So
you're 14 cents per message, regardless for the whole list. 1,000
right.
people, you're $140.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And I think it's even less. I was just on the website the other day and I thought I saw the price had dipped to like 7 to 9 cents or something. So
Dang.
I mean, it's super cheap and you can hit your whole database.
So is there a
in one
monthly
day.
fee or is it just price per call?
There's what I saw on the website, there's a setup fee of $149
Big
and then
deal.
there's a $30 a month fee. That's it. And then they only, bill you for the numbers they contact. So you just set up your credit card in the system and it's all taken care of. It's just slick, easy. It takes 5 minutes to do.
Yeah.
And you can send it out that day. You have to pick a time frame. You get to pick the day and the time that you send it out. So
that's awesome.
They kind of recommend you send it like Tuesdays or Wednesdays from like 9 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. So you're not
Perfect.
hitting early morning, so you're not irritating anybody early.
Right. Now, so I've got so many questions about this now. Can you stagger those messages to go? Because if you send 1,000 all at 9 o'clock, holy
Right.
crap, your service advisor is gonna be like, wow, wham, all these phone
Yeah,
calls.
they stagger them. You're supposed to pick, a time frame between 9 and 2 or 9 and noon. So, like a 3-hour time window, and they'll stagger them.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah,
they're
because
not all going on at once.
I could see that service advisor just
Right.
wanting to throttle you when you come in.
Exactly. So yeah, no, it's pretty easy, simple system to use. I would check it out. Like I said, super inexpensive.
Cool.
And it's your voice, so the people are going to hear you or whoever in the office, has the best voice. You put them on the phone and you just have them record the message. And
Love it.
yeah,
Love it.
it's instantaneous. The phone will start ringing.
Yeah, that's the two-edged sword of a very effective tool is be
Right.
careful how many you send out because you're going to get a good response.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So-
the reports are nice.
How many do you usually send out? How many calls do you usually send to make once a month?
Once a month, we usually do 500 or so.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it depends on the special. We kind of target, if it's a brake special, and we know the people that we recommend a brake service to, we make sure their number is on that list.
Right. So of the 500, you've got a good listen rate of 200 to 300. Is it a 10% of the 2 to 300 that convert, or is it 10% of the 500 that convert?
10% of the 500 usually.
That's a good return.
Yeah. Yep.
That's not bad. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Yep. Every little bit, keep out in front of them. And like I said, it's personalized too. So
Yeah. Yeah. And Kara, I've heard a lot of shop owners that are doing things with television and the news media. You've got 3 major television stations in your area. Why do you do that? And how do you know if it works?
I know. You can't track that exactly, but so kind of back to what we talked about before, it's all different age groups.
Yeah.
And I know like for example, my kids, they don't watch TV anymore. They stream everything and they'll get on their phone and, kind of do the digital line. But there's still people that watch the news. And so I know the other day we kind of talked about how much of your budget do you put towards, or your sales do you put towards, advertising. And my TV, I do about 2% of my yearly sales. So it's not a huge amount, but
Okay.
it's enough that it's hitting those customers. And like I said, it can be anybody that needs their car repaired. So it doesn't matter, and I don't only just do, like, you might think of a noon or a 6 o'clock. I spread it out because they do like early morning news, like before the syndicated, like the Today Show or CBS morning show. So I'll do like a 5 a.m. newscast or a 6 a.m. newscast. So I'm getting those people that are going to work, but they might
Nice.
have their TV on while they're getting ready. So, and once again, the only thing I've ever done on TV is brand recognition, is just getting my brand out there. Now I'll have like different, like we just shot new video yesterday because I have some new faces at my front counter. We've expanded our staff and we've hired a general manager to help Larry and I. So I wanted to get him, his picture out there because like we're a small community. So people that he's been in the automotive industry for over 30 years, right out my back door. So people are going to see him and realize, oh, that's where he went. So I got some video of him. And then, I'll just tell my marketing, the guy that helps me with my TV, I'm like, I want to work on Jasper engines this month. So let's advertise that we're, a Jasper engine installer. So we'll do some different things like that. Then we've also done customer testimonials. So we kind of looked through our customers that continue to come back and bring all their vehicles. We had a landscape customer who his entire fleet comes in here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So he was able to speak in that when he did his commercial, he was able to speak to the fact that we take care of their fleet and we take care of their personal vehicles with basic maintenance all the way to, he has had a new transmission put in. So, I just kind of picked out different customers that I know are known well in the community and have asked them, hey, would you come in and speak about our business? And so we ran some of those just of people speaking about Larry's and why they like it and why they trust us to take care of them. So, I don't do the promos and the discounts and everything on the TV. It's just all about branding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like earlier you said, what's our tagline? That's how we end every commercial. Like I end every commercial with, look for the big wrench in the sky. Just so that kind of sticks in people's head too. So.
I love it. That's cool. That's a sticky tagline. And I'm thinking of another one that I heard recently. Gary Sapp says, if it's not running right, run right over to Gary Sapp Automotive.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun. Al, here's a dangerous question. Al, do you have a tagline?
I do, but I can't say it on this program. Actually, I have a friend that made one up for me. I can't say it.
Next time we're together, you'll have to tell me your tagline.
Yep, exactly. Actually, we've been in business since 1935, so Dad put it together back then. It was Bryan Service, expert general repair, family owned since 1935. So.
Nice.
Wow, that's cool. That's a long time, bro.
It's a long time.
1935. That's a couple of years,
Yeah. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thanks.
What about, and let's talk about some ideas we want to do marketing that is free. We want to do marketing that has little cost. We want to do marketing that has a higher cost. Maybe it's a billboard or a television. So let's start first into the free range. What is it that a shop owner, and I'm going to put these into 3 different buckets. With a shop owner that's just starting out, budgets are tight, they're bootstrapping this, they're stringing it as tight as they can possibly do. What are some of those free things that you guys see as a good, healthy return in the free realm? Kara, let's start with you and then Al.
Sure.
So I would say Facebook is your friend. No matter what business you have, it's not just automotive, it can be any business. You can do a lot on Facebook that's free or very cheap. So, the more that you're out there in front of your customers and the more likes that you get. I know when we first started our Facebook presence, we went around and we had contests in the shop with our employees because, you want them to like your page and share things off there. So we would be like, okay, if we get to 500 likes, then we'll have lunch for you guys or something. Or we would give like our service advisor, if you can get so many people to sign up, we'll give you a $5 spiff or free,
Nice.
coupon to Subway or something, just to encourage them. And then the more people that you have that are on your Facebook or following your Facebook page, you want to just keep branching that out. So one thing we did was we got some concert tickets to a country concert that came to town, and it was at Valentine's Day time period. So we ran something on Facebook, and we said, like our post and our page, all that kind of stuff. And then we
Like and share.
Yeah, like and share. And then we said, tag someone that you would take, if you were the winner of these tickets, who you would take to the concert. So, like I would tag Jimmy. So now it's going to pop up on Jimmy's page and all of his friends will see it. And then it gets people that don't even know we exist, liking the page and going through the process. So we saw our numbers really expand exponentially at that point by doing things like that. And, it can be concert tickets or it could be all kinds of stuff. It does, it could be free things. It doesn't have to be things that cost money. But I would just really, that's one of the directions for free that I would definitely send somebody, because I think that you can get a lot of exposure that way.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I've got a free Facebook right along your line here, Kara. As a shop owner, Facebook Live. You get to the shop, just do it. Mm-hmm. It could be 30 seconds, 60 seconds. If you look at Gary Sapp Automotive, his videos are like 5 minutes. And he's talking about the sign out front and the streets are closed. And sometimes it's about bourbon, and sometimes it's about jazz music, and sometimes it's about Diesel the cat. And he's connecting with his clients. He's connecting with his customers, and it works extremely well. So free Facebook Live, do it every day. The results are amazing. And I love that. I love that. Al, what have you got? What's in that realm of free guerrilla marketing that a brand new shop owner can really wrap their arms around?
Just get involved with the community would be a big thing. Join the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Be present, be out in the community, showing that you're, human being. You're not just this entity taking money from people. You're actually a, real person. So
yeah. You've got to be present. You've got to be available. You've got to be a known source of truth in the community.
Exactly. Yes. And then, through the chamber, like our chamber does a woman's expo every year. So you can rent a booth, for $30. Go stand there for 4 hours during the day and just get your name and your brand out there, and offer them, a coupon to come in for the first time. So we always have some trinkets we give away, a bag or something like that. So
have you ever had a car there where they could change a tire?
No.
Okay. Like if they get a flat on the side of the road,
right?
There's some power. There's some empowering that happens when you know how to change a tire.
Right. Yeah, that's another thing. You could have like a woman's car care clinic right at your shop. Something like that, where you invite the women in, maybe serve them some wine and cheese and crackers, and explain how to change a tire or check their oil. Just basics. So just get that community involvement. It would be
that understanding, man. That goes a long way for power and understanding of. Not that this is how you do the repairs. This is what it is. This is why it's important. This is why you need a certified shop to take care of your vehicle.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that.
Build your brand, like Kara would say.
Yeah. Be there. Be available. Be present.
Available. Yep. Be
love
real.
That.
Yep. Be yourself. Add some personality. So.
Okay. So big question here. And everybody who's watching, my friends, you've got questions. Type them in. We'll ask Al, we'll ask Kara. Let's start a discussion here about marketing. If you have questions that maybe what do you do after back to school. There's that 1 week where things tend to slow down. What do you do after Christmas when you've got those 2 weeks after New Year's Eve, 2 weeks that are kind of slow? What do you do? How do you work through that kind of stuff? If you got questions, type them in, and we'll ask both Al and Karen, see what kind of information we can glean from these fabulous shop owners. There was oh man, I had another question.
I guess the one thing, Jimmy, we talked about the other day was the database. You need a clean databases. Like the first time, new shop owners, get your database in line so you have good names, good mailing addresses, good emails, and good phone numbers so you can use your marketing and implement.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So here's a scenario I'll run past you, Alan, and you can give the advice. I'll pretend I'm the shop owner. I just bought a new shop where I have a database and I have 6,000 customers in my database. What's your advice here? This is brand new, and maybe it's 2,000. I have 2,000 in the database.
Yeah.
How do I go through to make sure it's clean?
Good question. I actually have a company that can scrub the database for me and check that. But what we do is we target our top 20%. I mean, we don't try to mail out stuff to everybody on the list because there's just going to be some that aren't going to be receptive to that. So
yeah,
say you do your target marketing, you know, depending on what your SMS system is, you can pull a list pretty easily through that by putting in date ranges and dollar amounts that they have spent. So you want your top spenders to get the most important mailing pieces like the newsletter, things like that. So
love it.
Yeah. Yep. You got to know who you're dealing with, basically.
Yeah. So start at A and work your way down if you don't have a service.
Right. Yeah. That's going to be a tough part, is to clean that up if you're doing it like that. But,
is it worth doing it?
Oh, very much so. Very much so. Because there's going to be people that leave, move. Unfortunately, they pass away. Yeah. So,
yeah.
I think too, kind of along that line, I'm always constantly asking my service advisors to update the customer's information, especially if it's somebody that hasn't been here for, 6 months or whatever. Like, you want to just, is all this information still correct? And kind of, just do it as you're rolling through the different customers.
Oh yeah. Because how many times do you hear, oh no, yeah, that's my old work email address. Here's the new work email address.
Yep.
Oh, that email address was getting spammed too much. I discontinue it. I've got a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's key. Kara, I got a question for you. And this is from Al. Al has a question that says, do you run your own marketing, or do you, oh, sorry, I butchered that. Do you have someone that runs your marketing, or do you do it yourself?
So I'm probably a little bit different than most shop owner spouses. So I have a degree in marketing, and I worked over 30 years in retail before stopping my career and just working here with Larry at the shop. So to answer Alan's question directly, I do it myself. The only thing, I have one gentleman who is a retired marketing gentleman in town, and he just does it because he likes the friendship. And he comes in and he has me in contact with the TV stations and with the videographer, and he kind of helps me with that side of it. But other than that, I do everything else myself, but that's because I choose to be. But I also have the background, and that's kind of one thing, Larry and I have said over the years is, he's the mechanical repair side of it, and I'm the business marketing side of it. So that's why we make a good team together. So
yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm sure other shops hire or have an employee that handles the marketing. And if I didn't feel comfortable with it, that would be what I would recommend, because it's something that you want to, like Al said earlier, it's an investment. And I always look at it as, you have to spend money to make money, but you have to be spending it in the right spot.
Truth. Yeah. You got to track it. Can't manage what you don't measure. You got to track it. Once you can track it, now you know if it's going to work or not. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so here's another question here. Kukui Carl is asking about texting versus email. How do you use that differently? Al, Kara, who wants that one?
I love texting. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Kara.
Okay, talk to me about texting. What? Why?
Go ahead, Kara.
Well, it's immediate response most of the, I mean, a lot better than email. They get open, they get looked at. And I know we used to be with a different provider till we moved over with you. And when we started at the very beginning of using text messaging, people are so excited. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I got a text from Larry," because it says, "Hey, this is Larry," and they get excited because the owner's taking value in their opinion or, how their service was or anything like that. So I just think people find texting more personal than the email.
Oh, I love it. I agree. Al, what about you? Texting?
Texting we basically use for communication when we're doing the repairs.
So when it's all in-house.
So when it's in-house, we DVI, we send the DVI, and then we can text back and forth. And so that part has been extremely useful. But the emails we use mostly for marketing. That's where we
that's a great distinction.
Blast out our marketing pieces. So, and it's
Great
not that we
distinction.
inundate them every day. We do about once a week with an email piece. So
Nice.
just keep top of mind.
Okay, so here's another question for you. And we hit on this one, Kara, when we were talking about your pre-purchase program. This is from TJ Beggs. Do you run any type of a referral program? And if so, what does it look like? So, Kara, give us your referral. Oh, sorry, referral program. Oh, I'm thinking loyalty referral. What about a referral program? I don't even know that we talked about that.
We don't have a referral program. I know there's some good ones out there and some different things. I just haven't added that into our mix because we haven't ever had a lull where we, I kind of feel like what I have going on is working well, so I haven't added a referral program in. I wouldn't be against it.
Okay. And Al, do you have a referral program?
Yeah, what we usually do is if anybody refers, they get a free oil change. And
I'd be living for years with free oil changes from you.
And then the person that does is the referred person, they get 50% off their first oil change plus 10% off any other repairs that they need at that time. So
on the first visit?
On the first visit. Yep.
Nice. That's cool.
Yep. So,
that's cool.
And then once in a while we'll run a contest where if you refer a person that month, we'll throw your name in a hat and we'll draw for a gift certificate to a nice restaurant or something, just to keep that hey, we like referrals.
Yeah.
There's a little spiff for you for referring. So
yeah, and like I said, I mean there were weeks at my automotive shop here in St. George, Utah, that I take my truck to. There were weeks where every one of the cars that were there getting service was a friend of mine. So when I say I'd be living for years, Al, off of your free oil, that's pretty true. But also understand, I'm in about every 6 to 8 weeks with my truck getting the oil service. I drive a lot. Now, there's another question here from Nick. And Nick, I don't know how to answer this question. So I don't even know how to ask it if it interfaces with Repair Shop on Tomorrow and with Art. I think the answer is no. I think you have to download into Excel and then upload into Art. How are you getting your numbers into Art, Al?
Oh, you have an Excel, form.
A CSV file?
Right. Yep. CSV file that you plug into their website. It's easy enough to hit download and it's there.
So are you downloading it from Napa Tracks or are you downloading it
from Tracks? From Tracks. Yeah.
Okay. Because I think you can also download it out of Kukui.
Yep. I'm fairly new to your system, so I haven't figured that out yet. But that'll be a good question for Christina if she's still watching.
Christina, there you go. Connect with Al. Does it pick up all of the customer database? I think the answer is yes. Whatever you pull out of Napa Tracks, because you probably run a report to say anybody that is this new or this old or hasn't been in between this time and has spent a certain amount, give me that report.
Yep.
Those are the numbers that you pull out.
Exactly. And
Okay.
then all you need is just the phone numbers if you're doing the voice broadcast. Put
Yeah.
that in an Excel form and attach
Love
it.
it.
That's it. Yep.
Love it. And Christina gives you a smiley face because she'll be talking to you.
Yes, you will.
Yep. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Last bits of advice that you would give to shop owners, whether it's the person that is starting and their bootstrap, or the current shop owner that's getting things going, or those that are in cruise control mode. What advice would you give to shop owners that is going to help them with their car count if ever they see that decline? What advice would you give them? Kara, we'll start with you. Al, we'll finish with you.
Sure.
Well, I would just, I go back to branding. That's so important to me, and making sure that the community and your customers know who you are. And as you start looking into marketing, your business, my biggest suggestion would be to pick one avenue and put your funds into that avenue. Don't, when you hear someone like Al, that their company's been around a really long time, or my company, that we do a lot of different things with marketing, we didn't just start doing that. I mean, I started 9 years ago. And so I have figured out what works and doesn't work, but I continue what works, I continue with it, and then I add on. So don't start off with doing 10 different things at one time. Focus on one thing, figure it out, figure if it works or doesn't work. If you see a return of investment on it, then continue with it, and then expand and add more to it. But don't start off just in a billion directions all at one time, because you can't measure what you're doing.
Nice. That's sound advice. Oh, Tony's asking, Kara, do you give any marketing training?
You are welcome to reach out to me. I will talk to you. But I don't need another full-time job. I'm trying to get retired.
There you go. She's semi-retired, Tony. So you need to go and talk to Repair Shop at Tomorrow. And speaking of Repair Shop at Tomorrow, Al, we'll get to your ideas here in a second. When we talk about coaches, Repair Shop at Tomorrow has coaches. There's a lot of other coaching companies that are able to use the Kukui system, the Kukui platform, to see what your shop is doing. They can keep their finger on the pulse of that shop to see how is the marketing working. And they talk to a lot of shops all over the country. So they're able to help you as a shop to develop your plan, your marketing plan, your tactics, and what you're going to go after. So coaches have a portal where they can log in and see your marketing results as well with the Kukui all-in-one success platform. So that's super awesome. And we love working with the Repair Shop at Tomorrow. Cool. Al, to your advice for the shop owner, whether it's the bootstrap, those that are in the middle of it, or those that are in cruise control, where do you want to land that plane?
Well, I just really agree with what Kara just said. Yeah, exactly. You can't overthink this. You have to just pick something small. If you're new to the business, just start small and make sure you implement. If you don't implement, nothing happens. I mean, you can have all these great ideas, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and then nothing happens. So, the failure to implement is the biggest thing. So get that figured out, get your database in line so you have, something to draw from, so you can go out and market to your top 20%, target that top 20%, because they're going to give you 80% of your business. So make sure you're, hitting the right market when you're doing this. And then, if you're far enough along and you just need help and you want to make it easy, like you said, Repair Shop Tomorrow is the done for you marketing. I mean, it's simple, easy to implement. So they do all the hard work. You just pick your specials and away you go. They'll get it out there. They'll hit all the, the newsletter, the emails, the Facebook, they do it all. So yeah, it's pretty much hands off once you get the form into them, and they'll take care of it for you. So
cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Just get involved with your community. That's a big part. Be present, be a face.
Right. That's a lot of marketing, is to stay top of mind. To both of your points, you have just hammered that over and over and over again here for all shop owners. You need to remain top of mind. Stay in front of your customers, whether it's through your postcards, your television stations, your texting, your phone messages. Stay top of mind with that customer because they don't break down when it's convenient. It's a grudge purchase. You want to be the first call they make.
Right.
Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. As we close things out, my name is Jimmy Lee, and we are Kukui. We are family. We are going to lock arms, and as a family, we're going to help each other to survive and weather this storm. This is a crazy storm that we're all in. Not all boats are created equal. As a family, we'll be able to make it. Mahalo to you all. We are Kukui. We'll see you again soon. This is our contact phone number. Give us a call. Send us an email. We can help you out. You've got questions. We've got answers. We're here for you.